And this one is a pretty simple game to play because in this game players are just trying to get to the other side of the board because players are all crew aboard a ship, but that ship has sunk and players are fighting for the unreliable lifeboats in order to try and make it back to land. The game plays over a series of rounds that has a few different phases, but every phase does have the players voting for what is going to happen next. The first thing players are going to be voting on is which boat is going to spring a leak. Whichever boat that is, you're going to be putting a leak token onto one of the open spots in that boat. But if there isn't an open spot on that boat, then players are actually going to be voting again, this time voting for which player's meeple is the one to get thrown overboard, but in this case it's only the people on that boat that do get to vote. As this continues to happen, if the number of leaks on a boat ever exceeds the number of meeples on that boat, then that boat is actually going to sink anyway, sending all those meeples to sea. But next, players will be voting on which boat is going to move one space forward. Once that's resolved and the ship is moved, you then move into the final phase of the round, where players are each going to be taking turns removing one of their own crew members from any of the ships out in play, and then in reverse turn order, the players are then going to be putting their own meeple that they just took off onto one of the other ships. The game continues like this until all the ships have either met the end of the board or just met their end. Players will then tally up their victory points based on the number of meeples that they got to the various islands. And then it's the player with the most victory points that wins the game, and if this one looks interesting to you, you can find it down below and be sure to follow along to get notified once this one launches.